Nestled in the Blue Mountains, a couple of hours' drive from Sydney, is Scenic World, a sort of theme park for nature, allowing you to see much of the beauty of these mountains both from afar and up close through thrilling attractions. We visited in the last few days of 2019 when the worst bushfires in the region's history were still at the height of their devastation, and so the drive into the mountains was shrouded in smoke.
Good morning, we're here in Scenic World. We had to arrive quite early because if you get here before 10 a.m. you can get early bird tickets which are cheaper. However, as a kind of compensation for that, there's quite a good cafe here with reasonable priced coffee and food. So we're now down on the rainforest floor. We came down on the cable car and it was really cool the way it kind of came over the cliff, then down, and you just descended into the tree canopy, past all the cliffs.
Really hot.
Really hot.
Really hot. It smells of beer.
So now we're down here. There's 3 routes you can take through the rainforest on the boardwalks. There's a 10-minute short walk straight to the railway to go back up the cliff. Then there's a 30 and 50-minute walks, depending on how much you want to explore. It's very hot down here, but as you'd expect, walking through a rainforest.
I'm so hot.
Because of all the smoke from the bushfires recently, the sun is really orange as it pierces through the smoke, and then it kind of speckles through the leaves and trees, so you get these odd bits of very orange light shining on the floor. I really have loved this boardwalk down here. It's totally my kind of thing. It's just so peaceful once you're in the valley. This area used to be a coal mine, so throughout the forest you can see remnants of old rusting machinery, and then they also have the old coal mine entrances here. So we're now back at the top of the mountain after coming up the railway, and they claim it's the steepest in the world, which I think is hard to dispute. It really felt like you were going to fall out of your seat. It didn't help that when we got on, you can choose how laid back you want your seat. We changed it on the cliffhanger setting, so the very extreme, which was alright in the station, but then once you got going and went up the hill, it felt like you were going to slide out of your seat. It's got quite busy now at Scenic World, and there's a really long queue all the way through the gift shop for the Skyway cable car ride between the 2 cliffs. So instead of doing that, we're just going for a 10-minute walk up the road to a lookout point called Eagle Hawk View. For anyone watching this that think it might be quite cool up in the mountains, or it looks a bit misty, that's not mist, it's forest fire smoke. You can smell it on the air constantly, so it's really humid and really hot. We're now back at Scenic World and the queue has drastically shortened, so we're going to jump on the Skyway, which goes between the 2 cliffs on either side of the waterfall here. Now we're on the other side of the valley. There's a few short walks to get some vantage points, or longer ones if you fancy a bit more of a hike. unfortunately, because of how dry it is here, the waterfall is more of a trickle. They say that it's never been recorded as drying up, but it seems almost like it's getting that way.
Sadly, the environmental crisis was ever present during our day in the Blue Mountains, whether it was a waterfall reduced to a trickle or the constant smell and haze of bushfire smoke. It encapsulates the wider picture of Australia on the front line of climate change, with some of the most beautiful places on Earth also most at threat. But Scenic World was at least an attraction taking its role in that fight seriously. They've reduced carbon emissions through measures like installing LED lighting and 350 solar panels, as well as even generating electricity from the rides as they descend. Waste is minimised with water efficiency fixtures and completely biodegradable packaging, utensils, cups and plates, with all of this being composted and redirected from landfill to local farms. Wristbands are also biodegradable, whilst all the toilet paper is recycled, forest-friendly Who Gives a Crap rolls, which is a brand I've made a whole video about myself. All of these steps and more have led to Scenic World being accredited for advanced ecotourism by Ecotourism Australia. This means that not only can you explore the incredible natural wonders on offer in the Blue Mountains in easily accessible and exciting new ways, but be assured that you are helping to maintain that beauty whilst you do so. If you can, please donate to organisations helping to save and repopulate precious Australian wildlife, as well as support the brave firefighters on the front line trying to minimise further destruction. All charitable links can be found in the video description.